tasting annex where they offer a free cupping experience. I don't think it's every single day. I've double checked, but it's from 3 to 4, and it's sort of like a guided wine tasting, but with coffee. The Portland State Farmers Market is amazing. You'll find hundreds of produce vendors, farmers, and artisan purveyors selling natural, fresh food sourced within 100 miles. One of the best parts of the market is that almost every vendor offers free samples, so you can literally have a full meal of like wine, hot sauce, cheese, chips, fruits, cookies, honeys, dips, granola. I had so much free samples when I was there. It was amazing. Organic beer at Hopworks. So Portland is home to 55 breweries and counting, and you'll get a lot of great craft beer choices in the city. That being said, Hopworks Urban Brewery is extra special because it is a carbon neutral brewery and the only certified organic brewery in Portland. So it really embodies the culture and just a really great place to have good beer in a sustainable fashion. Salt and Straw Ice Cream is another great place to discover Portland food culture. A small batch ice cream company making farm-to-cone ice cream. So with their farm-to-cone ice cream, they actually fold in the ingredient add-ons by hand. They pack it by hand. They source their add-ons locally, so it's very sustainable and really delicious ice cream shop. Some of the flavors that I saw when I was there were sea salt with caramel, strawberry honey balsamic with black pepper, cinnamon snickerdoodle, bear with blue cheese, and Stumptown coffee and Burnside bourbon. And they work with different local purveyors to do different theme months. So like this month I think might be berry month. I think last month might have been like a craft cocktail ice cream month that they worked with local mixologists to do. Another idea for exploring Portland's Epicurious side is a stroll through Portland's artisan-filled Central East Side. So this is where the Salt and Straw Ice Cream Factory is, and there's lots of really cool businesses for exploring local culture and even biking. Stop at Harvester Brewing for gluten-free beer. Attend a free guided tasting at the Stumptown Annex, which I mentioned before. Pair Pinot Noir and local international cheeses at Clay Pigeon Winery. Savor barrel-aged sour beers at Cascade Brewing Barrel House. Have a single origin coffee at Guava Coffee, and try some of our favorite 40 tap wines at Cooper's Hall. You can also visit the factory of Be Local Honey to take part in a terroir-focused honey tasting. These are just a few of the experiences. Go foraging. For an expert local guide, I would recommend this guy named Kieran Widener of First Nature, who does a completely customized tours for guests, and he'll teach you about the local ecosystem and even how to forage for hazelnuts, berries, and delicious lemon-flavored wood sorrel for a true taste of local Oregon. Dinner and drinks in the Hip East Hotel is another recommendation. They have arts, local products, and funky, innovative rooms. Even if you don't stay at the East Hotel, they have some great restaurants like Clyde Common, where American meets European meets Portland. The space is well lit by natural light and offers a rustic ambiance with wooden tables, a minimalist design, exposed bulbs, and air shafts and soft fabric textures hanging from the wall. While the menu changes daily, each thick papered menu features a date stamp. Some items you may encounter include Olympic provisions charcuterie with pub mustard, bread, and pickles, videos with crab, velouté, scalloped clams, and octopus, gnocchi in basil pesto with asparagus, cashew, lemon, and grana, downstairs called Pepe Nemoko, a newly opened bar in February 2014. It has jazz music, classic cocktails, low lighting, and secret booths with aged rum. Oh, with the speakeasy seating. And the cocktail I liked was called the Hotel Nacional Special, made with aged rum, lime, apricot brandy, pineapple gourmet, and bitters. Be Local Honey is another local experience. So I just want to take a quick moment to tell you those bears of honey that you often see in the grocery store. They're often just full of chemicals and antibiotics. They are sometimes cut with antibiotics in China, and even when they're not, they're just mass produced in high heat, and it kills a lot of the healthy things in honey. Many of these large mass-producing companies also don't treat the hives with respect. Instead of leaving half of the nectar behind, they will just take it all and fill it with high fructose corn syrup, so that's what the bees are living on. So it's kind of sad, and with honey you should always be buying from a very local producer. Sorry, I just had to move the camera really quick. I wanted to get away from the window because I think somebody is mowing the lawn. So, Be Local Honey is one of these local honey producers in Portland that offers a really amazing terroir honey tasting experience. And, they do it in a very small producing artisanal way, and they really care about the hives and, keeping them healthy. The honey is never heated, and the hives are rarely, if ever, moved to keep them healthy. Okay. Wow, and they make a lot of honey-infused items like beers, ice creams, and restaurant dishes. Right now they're working on single-origin honeys from countries like Ghana. Blue Star Donuts is another artisanal Portland experience that I recommend for the hungry traveler. While Voodoo Donut is famous for its crazy, naughty, sometimes downright dirty donut flavors, Blue Star Donuts is a local favorite. It's artisanal and sustainably made treats. The bakery uses a classic brioche recipe that's a bit lighter and less sweet than the norm, incorporating local and organic ingredients, with donuts made regularly throughout the day. They also serve local drinks like Stumptown coffee and Steve Smith teas. They have some great flavors: blueberry, bourbon, basil, peanut butter and jelly, Whitmer Brothers Hefe citrus, hard apple cider fritter, and my favorite, the passion fruit and cocoa nib. It's very tasty. Another recommendation is A Taste of Oregon at Netlut. So a significant part of the pleasure of eating is on one's accurate consciousness of the life and the world from which the food comes. This quote by Wendell Berry is written right on the menu and embodies the philosophy of the menu. So as soon as you walk in, the English farmhouse ambience washes over you with reclaimed wood benches and walls, potted plants, candlelit chandeliers reflected in oversized mirrors, antiques and local fruit woods stuffed under benches, in bathrooms, and at every nook and cranny. It's used to cook dishes in their wood fire oven, which is also where cooking prep happens, as there is no back kitchen. So owner Jason French has built very strong relationships with local farmers, and sometimes, he'll even buy whole animals and use the entire thing. So pretty much about 100% of the menu comes from Oregon too. And my last recommendation before we get into our cocktail making is the most interesting cocktail bar possibly in the world, the Multnomah Whiskey Library. Opened in October of 2013, Multnomah Whiskey Library is possibly Portland's most interesting craft cocktail bar, featuring a wall showcasing over 7 style staircase to grab spirits off the 5-level shelving. Seeing food from kitchen appear out of a secret dark wood panel in the wall, and watching a craft cocktail being made tableside. And here's just a quick tip. Order a drink that's stirred over shaken, as typically stirred cocktails involve bringing the spirit cart to the table, whereas the shaken cocktails get made by the bar. So that's just some travel information for anybody who'll be traveling to Portland and wants to experience the artisan food culture. Now I'm gonna have to move you back over near the window to go near the drink ingredients and this iPad here. Just a bit of sound. To me, this is a very okay, so I don't really know what I'm going to do over there with these ingredients, but we will find out together. So we're going to be making our own bottle cocktail, not 100% in accurate fashion because you need to do it overnight, and there's a lot of other little small steps that I just don't have time to do in a video. So if you want to know the real way to make this, you can go to imbibemagazine.com and search DIY bottled cocktails, and they have a great article, which is what I'm reading now. So bottled cocktails are carbonated cocktails that are kind of like aged or left overnight in individual bottles and served in these bottles. So they're carbonated. They're very popular in Portland. So some tips that they list: stay strong when choosing cocktails. To carbonate in bottle, stick with high proof, spirit forward drinks like a Manhattan, Negroni, and Americano, and avoid bottling ones with citrus juices, as those flavors can change over time. Keep cool. Bubbles are more lively when the drink you're carbonating is super cold, so you're going to want to combine all your ingredients ahead and refrigerate for at least 2 hours before charging with CO2, which we're skipping that step. So once I mix everything, just pretend that I left it in the fridge for 2 hours. Don't overfill. So you want to make sure that you leave room in the neck of the bottle, just in case it tries to fizz over when you open it. Then you're going to store capped carbonated bottles in the fridge, since cold air helps hold the bubbles. I also want to point out Jeffrey Morgenthaler's book that I mentioned before, the bar book, Elements of Cocktail Technique. It's really sort of a great book if you like cocktails. And inside, it's really beautiful photography. But he talks about many different concepts. Now, if you're making bottle cocktails, it might be interesting to read about like any good cocktail needs these 3 elements. I know there was something, a history of carbonation, something on soda water. So, dropped garnishes. Why do we measure infusions? Choosing the best dairy products. How ice behaves. And I read before, when looking through the book, that when you're using carbonation, it's not good to use ice because it's so cold that I guess the bubbles fizz things out faster. So it's interesting. So, one thing that might be interesting, just quickly look at, is the history of carbonation on page 53. So, there's a lot of information. I won't go over it all because that would take a long time and it'd be maybe a little boring. Just a quick little bit of information before we start. Carbonation is the term for the dissolution of carbon dioxide into water. Carbonation being a chemical reaction, there's some basic rules to know, and you should learn these rules. Like, one is carbon dioxide is much more soluble in water than in cold water than warm water. So you want to keep carbonated beverages like beer and sparkling water as cold as possible to keep those bubbles. Carbonation also relies on pressure to maintain the solution, and since CO2 wants to be at an equilibrium with its system, a low pressure system like the Earth's atmosphere will result in a loss of carbonation. Basically what they're saying is, once the bottle has been opened and exposed to the atmosphere, the carbon dioxide wants to escape. So just keep those bottles closed until you're ready to drink your drink. And it's also important to note that when carbon dioxide is dissolved in water, there is a reaction that takes place that produces a small amount of carbonic acid, which is applicable to cocktails, because it means that carbonated drinks are a little bit more acidic and therefore taste a bit less sweet than non-carbonated drinks. So you want to adjust your recipe as needed. So, if you want to learn more about cocktails, this is a great book, the Bar Book, Elements of Cocktail Techniques by Jeffrey Morgan. With Martha Polk. Okay, so again, if anybody here has seen my channel before, you've seen me make a very weird cocktail before, and I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing right now, but I'm going to, well, first of all, I'm going to look at that Imbibe article one more time, and they provide a recipe for a bottled Americano that includes 6 ounces of Campari, 4 ounces of sweet vermouth, and 6 ounces of filtered water. So I don't have any of these ingredients, so I'm going to do something with what I have. And how they said that you should be spirit forward, I'm probably going to mix 2 types of spirits. One that I really like is this moonshine. That's the first. To me, it almost smells like pumpkin or something, but I like this brand, Firefly Moonshine. And I wanted to use this Centario rum, but I cannot really figure out this cap. It comes out super slow, and I don't know if there's like a child-proof cap, which it looks like might be the case, that I cannot figure out. But I'm gonna have to not use this even though I wanted to. I've also got some blended scotch from Valentine's. But if I remember this correctly, I haven't had it in a while. It has a bit of a peaty taste, and I think I love this stuff. Drink this by itself. It smells like so sweet. Very tasty. Hennessy fizz illustrates to perfection over 2 centuries of savoir-faire, blending more than 40 carefully selected eau de vie. I don't know if I said that correctly. Okay. So, I also have this really fun little cocktail mixer. Now it gives you a recipe for a contropolitan with lime juice, cranberry juice, Cointreau, and ice. I'm not going to use ice in a bottled cocktail, and I just don't want to use those things, but I'm going to use it to just shake it up and pour it, because I think that will be fun. So, just open up, and let me just find a shot glass where, now, I guess I don't really need a shot glass, actually. I'm just going to put a touch of the cognac in here. Just a touch. Just a little bit. Now I'm going to use this Firefly moonshine as the bulk of the spirits. Not a ton. Actually, what I'm going to do, just to make sure that I don't get everyone too drunk, is I am going to first add the bulk of where the cranberry juice would be in a Cosmo of this Chi energy vigor drink. It's an herbal martini and there's no alcohol in it. And it has flavors of white ginseng, astragalus, cola nut, and watercress. I also thought it was interesting because it has cherries, Hawaiian ginger, and very pertinent Oregon spearmint, as well as juniper berries and some lemony sumac. So there's a lot of things going on with this. Could be good or bad, but I just took a small sip. I do get a bit of a cranberry essence, so it might be, I mean, not that we're making a cosmopolitan, but whatever. I'm just gonna do it and experiment. A little bit messy, spilling a little bit on the floor, but that's good. That is okay. Okay, now it is time for the Firefly. Just a bit, you know, we already have the Hennessy in there, so we don't want to make it too strong. Just a bit. Now, I have 2 kinds of bitters that we can use. This one has a flavor profile of wild cherry, bark, Madagascar vanilla, and cocoa. So it works like a little medicine dropper. And the other one is a Jamaican #1 bitters. It has allspice, ginger, and black pepper in the flavor profile. Since we already have some ginger, I think I'm gonna add this, so just a little dropper. And because I am going to, with the carbonation, I'm going to add some local honey, which I'm just already putting this. It's probably plenty. Probably plenty. Now, here's where it's gonna get a little wonky. If you were really gonna make this bottled cocktail, what you would do is you would combine all these ingredients. You would put them in the refrigerator for 2 hours. Then you would pour your contents into the bottle. So you would take a small funnel, maybe like a beer-sized bottle, depending on how much you were making. If you were making a pitcher full, maybe like a wine bottle. And then you would need caps. You would need to cap it, and you would need to buy, which I actually have, but in my parents' house, because I've made my own beer before, these clamps that clamp the cap down when you collect them. So, yeah, if you were really gonna do it, that's what you would do. However, because I don't want to take too much time, and I kind of want to try this cocktail right now, we're gonna just do our own thing, and I bought some soda water to carbonate it in the cheating way. So I am going to, and this bottle is just for show, to show you a bottle of what you maybe would use to make a bottled cocktail, but all the times that I've had them, they came bottled in smaller, like beer bottles. So I actually realized that this thing has the top where you can strain the ice from it, so I'm actually gonna add a little bit of ice just for the fun effect. So I have some ice. Break out a little bit. Plop it in our drink. Let's see. And please remember, this isn't the exact way that you make a bottle cocktail. I just wanted to tell you a bit about it and make my own version of it. My own not as good version. But like I said, Vibe magazine has a really good article. Let's maybe do 4 ice cubes. If I can get 4 out. Come on. Okay, got 4 ice cubes. And cap this. I'm a little nervous, so I'm giving you a sink view. I'm not gonna shake rigorously because I don't want to disturb anyone's relaxation, so I'm just gonna do it gently. Okay, so now we're gonna take off the top and pour it into my mason jar. Okay, so it's very small, but now I'm gonna add carbonation and make it bigger. Wow, it's bubbly. That might be nice for you guys. what Jeffrey Morgenthaler was saying about him wanting to escape. It's like, really wanting to like get out of the bottle. It's kind of crazy. So, now I've got my cocktail. And I'm gonna try it. It smells like very gingery, which isn't surprising because we got a lot of ginger, and I almost smell like orange peel or something. So let's see what it tastes like. Okay. You know what I taste a lot of? Ice is breaking. The spearmint. So if I was gonna remake this, I think I would not use that mixer I used with so much spearmint. But that being said, it's still refreshing and nice example of a carbonated cocktail. So I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I've been doing 2 a week. Gonna try to keep that up. And yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you want to see more of this